Welcome back to Tampa Bay's Morning Blend. If you are a homeowner here in Florida, you certainly know and probably understand, or at least at some point know that your home may experience some kind of water damage, especially as we are here heading into storm season, hurricane season now upon us. And that's why it's always good to know of a good water expert, water damage expert crew that you can call in times of need. And that's why we're so happy to welcome in Restoration One this morning, Dave Adams, owner and the GM. So good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, Carly. How are you?
Good, good. I kind of started this off with, being a homeowner here in Florida. I hate to say it. I know you really enjoy helping people in a time of need, but chances are we are going to need your services at one point or another here in Florida.
Yeah, especially with hurricanes coming on.
I know. So give me a little background about your company. And I know that was one of the first things when I met you here this morning, that was one of the first things you said was we just really enjoy helping people. We know this can be a stressful time when you're having to recover either from an incident or a storm or what have you.
Right. Well, I started this business about 4 years ago. My background is commercial HVAC controls. So I study and I know a lot about the psychrometrics, temperature and humidity control in a space. So when I was looking for a business I could do, I wanted to be able to use my background, my knowledge, my professional knowledge, but also help people. And this business has just been wonderful for both of those. I've been able to help people they're always distressed when they call. You can imagine if you've had this happen to you or someone, sometimes they call, they're in tears, their home is flooded, or they've had a fire in their house, and they're just looking for someone that can help them out, and that's why we're here.
Well, I feel like Florida is such a unique state too, where there's just so many things. You mentioned that the humidity and kind of the temperature control. I mean, as much as we love living in this state, it also is a lot of work where we have a lot of elements that are not necessarily on our side.
Now, that's true. Your home is constantly under attack by the weather and the sun. It could be a fallen tree that goes through your roof and it needs to be tarped immediately, or breaking out a window and it needs to be boarded up. But the sun and the elements are constantly hounding your home. It's a good point that you do want to maintain your home and keep a fresh coat of paint on it and keep the windows caulked. We get a lot of those where people suddenly have leaks around windows and they don't discover it for months. Water can damage the flooring and the drywall and surfaces under and around the window. And that's a very common insurance claim, actually.
So what are the kind of common services that your team is able to help people through?
Well, one of the most common right now with high humidity is your AC system. AC system condensate drains back up quite often. If you don't pour some vinegar or bleach, some people use bleach. I like vinegar because it's less toxic. Pour that down your condensate line or have it vacuumed out or serviced by a professional HVAC company on occasion, at least seasonally. Your condensate can back up, and if you're not paying attention, it can flood your house. Let's say you go away for a month or even a few days and your AC backs up and it can make 15 to 20 gallons of water a day, depending on the size of your system. You can imagine the damage that causes in a home.
Yeah. So AC issues, I'd imagine storms, you're dealing with a lot of that here in the summertime, and these kind of rough, quick thunderstorms that can still produce a lot of wind.
Yes, absolutely.
Talk about this Keep It Clean initiative too, that I know you wanted to mention as 2020 and as we focus so much on COVID-19 right now.
Well, when Restoration One, they rolled out a Keep It Clean program in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The idea here is that we as professional cleaners, this is what we do, we are kind of adapting ourselves to come in and clean for pathogens. So we're used to cleaning for mold and these kinds of things, and it's kind of the same concept. We are wearing the appropriate PPE, the personal protection equipment. We're using EPA registered disinfectants, and we come in, we sanitize with a very specific standard list of items that we do. It's we're cleaning high-touch surfaces like handles and light switches, doorknobs, all horizontal surfaces, plumbing fixtures, those kinds of things. And we also use an ultra-low volume fogger with this disinfectant. And what that fogger does is the fog gets into all the small cracks and crevices, places that you can't reach with a rag, and also knocks anything that's in the air down so that it can be wiped up.
We're showing your website right there, your telephone number. And I love that you say, you know what, give us a call. We can give those estimates free of charge, right?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Dave, thank you so much for your time. We know that your crews are spending a lot of time helping families these days. We appreciate it. And we'll put all this info on our website too.
Thank you, Carly. I appreciate you having me on the show.